Hi, my name is Betsy Komanewski, and I am an assistive technology coach with Assistive Technology Services. Welcome to Fun and Games in the Low Incidence Classroom. In this session, we'll be exploring a variety of online activities, both ready-made and modifiable, to engage your students while addressing various skills. The activities reviewed in this session are meant to be used in a small group setting on an interactive whiteboard. Why fun and games? Integrating fun and games helps with student engagement, student motivation, social skills, emotional learning, and knowledge retrieval. So let's get started. First up is a site called Jeopardy Labs. Jeopardy Labs is a website with millions, actually 5 million, different Jeopardy games that you can search for by topic or scroll through games that other people have created. You can also make your own games and customize them to the needs of your students or the interest of your students. Games can be played with or without teams, and no login is required. So let's take a look. When you go to the site, you have the option to create a game or find a game, which is what we're going to explore. On this page, you can type in your topic. I'm going to look for some counting games. And as you'll see, 10,000 different counting games came up. You can scroll through them. And when you hover over the name of a game, the game questions and answers will appear on the right side of your screen. If you hover over a question, the correct answer will appear. So you can preview any game before you decide to play it with your students. There's also an option to print the questions and the answers of the game. So if you're not sure, or if kids are playing with each other, somebody would have the answer key. You are able to edit games that have been created by others. To do so, you do need to set a password for the game, and also you need to bookmark the game so that you can retrieve it later. But you can also just play any game from this site. In the games, you can have from no teams up to 10 teams. I'm going to stick with no teams. We press start. And then you play just like Jeopardy. So $100 question, I click on it. It asks, what are the missing numbers? I can give my answer. If I press the space bar, the answer will appear on the bottom of the screen. So Jeopardy, everybody loves Jeopardy, a super fun game, and you've got many, many, many pre-mades that you can use. Okay, next up, oops, to open that. Next up is a site called Ditch That Textbook. So Ditch That Textbook is a site with loads and loads of pre-made templates. So it's not coming with the questions already made like the previous site, but lots of templates, and templates for several popular games. Family Feud, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? They have Jeopardy. One I really like is the Guess Who template. Templates can be downloaded, and you can actually download them in PowerPoint or Google Slides. So on each template page, it will let you know what formats they're in. And then you can add content yourself. I like the Guess Who because you have an option of having the players already there. So the pictures are already there, and then you just move the characters out of the way to play. Or it has some blank templates, so you can add pictures of your students or whatever topics that you're working on. So really just a very, very fun template. Okay, next. Oh, that is not next. Let's go back. Next. Next is a site called wordwall.net. Wordwall.net is another site with ready-made games and also a template to create your own. This site has a free component and a paid component. So you've got two different options there. When you're on the site, if you search for community, you're going to get a lot of ready-made games that you can play. The ready-mades are things that other users have created. So you're not able to modify them, but you can play them. So let's take a look at what some of those look like. This is a community page, and as I said, there are many, many different games that you can go through and see if there's something that might meet your needs. I'm just going to show you one that I think is really fun. It is a whack-a-mole. Whack-a-mole is one of the paid templates. But this is a word wall where you're going to click on the mole where the word is spelled correctly. You get it right. That's right. If it's spelled wrong, you get an X. So just a fun thing you could do on the smartboard with the students, very, very motivating. I'm also working on some of those reading spelling skills. Okay. This site also, free component, has some free templates you can use. So if you are using the free side, it allows you to create up to 5 activities from one of these 18 different templates that then you could save and use. But do remember that is the paid component. Okay, next up is Canva. So Canva for Education, all teachers in Fairfax County have a Canva for Education account, and they have hundreds of different game templates. So the templates are there for you to add your content in. Some are already made, but the majority are ones that you would be adding content. So, oops. So let's take a look. When we go into Canva, we're just going to search games. And you'll see all these different type of games and game templates come up. If you're not familiar with the game, when you click and download the template, directions are usually included. And as with anything in Canva, anything can be modified to meet your needs. So lots of fun things that you can do. Okay. Oops. Next is Jamboard. So Jamboard is the digital interactive component of your Google Workspace. There is a group in Texas, the Texas Computer Education Association, that keeps a Google Doc that's filled with different Jamboard templates for all different areas and subject matters. They do have a game section. And what I like about this is that it has templates of games that you can view them to see if you're interested in them. And if you like them, you can go ahead and just easily make a copy to save to your Jamboard. And this is a site that they do update, which is nice. So they add games. So if we go to the Google Doc of their Jamboard templates, takes just a moment to load. It looks like right now they have about little over 1,700 templates. Over on this side, I'm going to scroll down till I find games. And there are all these different game templates. Boggle is one I like. I Spy. Oops, scrolling too fast for us. Oops, let's go back there. So all different things are here that you can view, or you can go and make a copy of. So I'm going to show you a few of the ones that I have liked. Okay. So this would be I Spy. So let's see, open my Jamboard. Sorry, one more step. This is the I Spy Jamboard. And you see it's 16 different pages. And these are activities some of my students really enjoy, is where it's really find the hidden picture. So it says there are 2 bird cages in here. So if you're using your Jamboard pen or you're on your interactive whiteboard, a student would come and find the bird cage and just circle it. So they can find different things with their pens and anything they're looking for. So let me see, I need 6 of these bats. I think it's a bat, and you can just go ahead and circle. So just a fun Jamboard activity. And I said, ready-made, 16 pages of these. Other things that I liked here is Boggle. I always enjoy playing a good game of Boggle. This is nice in that you can customize it. So on the front page here, you've got your letters, and students can use their Jamboard tools or their interactive whiteboard tools to write the different words they can come up with. And then it has several blank pages, so you can add your own letters. So several different games available that are very fun. So let's see what's next. Next up is the jigsaw puzzle. Many of us have students that absolutely love jigsaw puzzles. And this site allows you to search for puzzles and determine the number of pieces the puzzle has and the shape of the puzzle. It also allows you to create your own. You need a login to create your own, but it is a free site. So let's take a look. So you can search, you can click on any of the puzzles on the main page. I'm going to do a quick search for a dog puzzle. And all these different ones come up. When you hover over, you can decide how many pieces you want and also what the shape of it is. I'm just going to go with a classic 20 piece. It will load. It will turn into a puzzle. And what I like about this, it also has a hints feature. So it gives you some idea of like what to start with and what might go together. You can get some hints to start. If you need help with your puzzle, it will help with that. And again, it does allow you to make your own puzzles if you make a login. The other thing to know about this site is that it does have ads, but you can make it full size. So these ads go away. Okay. Oops, went too far. Next up, moving into more of the fun activities. So this is Chrome Music Lab. So Chrome Music Lab is a site that makes music more accessible for students. So it includes several different musical activities, which promote exploration, it promotes experimentation, creativities. So let's take a look at some of these. So some kids just like that shared piano, where it's just like if they were on a piano and they can hit different keys and they're making music. So let me make sure that you can hear that. Okay. Oops, let's go back again. Oops, I think we have froze. So let's go back in to show one of the other activities I like here, which is Song Maker. Okay. On this one, you could make a pattern and have students practice creating the same pattern and getting that sound. Or students could create some patterns and have their classmates or their friends also practice making the same pattern they did, and then they can go back and hear it. Let's see. And the last one that I really like, though, I said I do enjoy all these games. Kadinsky is more of a cause and effect activity. So when the students draw on the whiteboard, they get musical sounds with their drawing. Colors. And things happen. So it's cause and effect, which is kind of fun. No. Okay. Next up. Whoopsie. Sorry. Next up is Google Experiments. So this is a site, is really a collection of different activities that inspire creativity. So they include several movement activities, they include art and culture activities. The thing to know about the experiments is that they do need a teacher to preview things. This site changes at different times and not all their activities are ideal for younger students, but it is something worth looking at. And I'm going to show you some of the things that I really enjoy on this site. So when we go to experiments, they have different collections. So let's start with creatability. Some of these are more interactive and they allow students to use the camera to play music based on their motion. We will see. Oh, that one's not going to work because I'm using my camera. So we'll stop that one. We'll look into some of the other things. Art and culture experiments. These are some really fun musical activities. Viola the bird allows people or whoever's using it to play an instrument as if they were a big purple bird. Let's see what happens. And there are different songs and music that you can change. You can play things fast or slow. So that is another fun one. Another one all students like is the blob opera. And this allows students just to interact with these different colored blobs that each make different sound. And you can make music by moving them up or down. So, their pitch change, different things change, their shapes change. So just a fun, creative experiment you could use in your classroom. Okay. Okay, next we're going to look very, very quickly at artificial intelligence. So both Canva and Padlet have artificial intelligence features. And I'm going to show you what each one looks like. And these are great for creativity, for brainstorming, for coming up with story ideas, for providing students different ways to answer questions. So let's look at Padlet first. So this Padlet I made was for artificial intelligent animals playing sports. So perhaps we're going to write some sort of story about this, and we want to come up with some pictures or some ideas. Where students would generally write a response, they now have an option called I Can't Draw. If you click on that, you can write what it is that you might want a picture of. So if we're doing animals playing sports, I can say, let me see, I've done a tiger, I've done a lion. Let me do a lion playing football. And we'll see what comes up. And it is taking a minute to think about that. And there are all different things that come up. So I could add student, let them choose which one they want, and add it to my Padlet. Oh. Oh. There he is. Sorry. There he is. We're going to publish him. And now he's part of the Padlet there. So that is one way to use artificial intelligence in Padlet. Canva also has this feature. And it is in an app in Canva. So if you have a blank document in Canva, we would go down to our apps. And then we need to find it. It's the hardest thing. Let's see if we can. It is called text to image, and it is the same type of thing. So you could open it. In this example, they did a panda surfing a wave, and they were able to make or find pictures of that. So it works very, very similar to Padlet. Okay. Again. Okay. So thank you for attending this session. I hope it provided you with some ideas and resources for incorporating fun and games in your classroom. To learn more about assistive technology services, please visit the Fairfax County Public Schools website or FCPS Employee Hub and search for assistive technology services. Also, please follow us on Twitter at ATS_FCPS. Thank you very much for attending.